So if you don't know who I am, I'm the Kid Mero, you know what I'm saying? AKA the Human Direct because I keep it wavy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here for the same reason that y'all are here. You know what I'm saying? Why are we here? That's right. Because that's right. Like he said, remember the name, M-A-N. So check it out, boom, right? I've been following this campaign from the beginning, and I'm very proud to be here. You know why? Because when this shit started, it was like, yo, can we do this? And right now, it's we doing this. That's right. That's right. Let me tell you something. A lot of people gonna be. This is live streaming on YouTube, so if your size is very high, put them down a little bit because I want everybody to see that I'm very sexy. You know what I'm saying? I was 280. I'm 235 right now. I'm looking good. No more sleep apnea. We're living a long time. All right? But look, Zoran. Unfortunately, I had to come in from Jersey. And I didn't like that. I don't like saying that out loud. You know why? Because I'm born and raised in New York City. And I would have loved to have stayed there with my wife and my kids. But I couldn't. Because of what? Because it wasn't affordable. I couldn't afford it. And yes, the dude that was on TV couldn't afford to stay in his crib in the Bronx, bro. You know what I'm saying? So how's the dude driving the 12 bus gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here to support and represent. The Zoran Mamdani is going to make this city affordable for real New Yorkers, man. If you was born here, if your parents came in from a foreign land, you know what I'm saying, to give you a better life, and you really here, and you're like, yo, I'm turning up here. This is it. This is my city. This is what I'm saying. You ain't got to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta go up every year just because. You feel me? You could buy food and not be like, damn, I don't know if I can do it. You could get on the bus and not have to call your boss and be like, yo, I'm gonna be 45 minutes late, B. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I want y'all to make mega, well, first of all, oops, I forgot to say this. Shout out to the band. Make some noise for the band, y'all. Smoking it all night. They've been smoking it all night, bro. So, like I said, I sat down with Zoran in April and interviewed him. Sat down, chopped it up, broke bread at Dallas BBQ's New York City institution. You know what I'm saying? And he's valid. This is coming from a dude that went to the same high school, not the same high school as him, the neighboring high school. You know what I'm saying? He went to Bronx Science, I went to DeWitt Clinton. So when I met him, I was like, listen, I apologize in advance. I might have robbed you a finger point. But I take it back. I'll give you your no-fish jacket back when I find it in storage. You know what I'm saying? But the homie is valid. He cares. He's not bullshitting. And that's what's going on with a lot of politicians these days. A lot of lip service. A lot of lip service. A lot of lip service, a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of being in the pocket of other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a mistake. It's not an accident that Zoran raised all this money for the campaign from y'all. From New Yorkers. From the people. Not from some PAC. Not from some corporation. Not from some real estate firm. From y'all. From y'all. So we got a lot of things going on today, all right? I ain't gonna go too long, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna make a joke about my wife here, but I'm gonna chill. This is a family show. It's live streaming on YouTube right now. If you're not, lock in, lock in. We got a lot of things going on tonight. I curse a little bit. They know who they are. They know who they say, yo, we like came out with an MC. You think I'm gonna come up here and not say, yo, motherfucker? At least once? Come on. Like I said, we got a lot of cool people coming through. First off, we got John Samuelson. He's the president of the Transit Workers Union of America. And Transit... Yeah. Like I said, homie driving the 12 bus. He's repping him. You know what I'm saying? Started out as a track worker for the MTA. Started from the bottom, now we here. Damn, I gotta make some call a Drake song. That's rough. But he represents 160,000 airline, railroad, and transit workers. The people that make the city move. Yeah, make some noise for John, y'all. Make some noise. Let's go, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, John Samuelson.
Unbelievable. So I'm here for one reason tonight, and that reason is to talk about Zoran's policy on public transit. Particularly fare-free buses. So let's get into that a little bit. Three essential pillars to get out of urban poverty are quality education, quality healthcare, and robust public transit. Tie all of those together, and our kids have a chance of escaping the kind of urban blight, the urban poverty which we've been subjected to for all these years. Public transit ties it all together. If you have a robust public transit system, affordable, preferably free, You have access to higher education. You have access to the doctors that you need. And also, you have access to incredible blue-collar jobs with beautiful pensions and beautiful health benefits. So I have worked closely with Zoran over the last couple of years, and he has 100% absolutely championed the cause of New York City transit workers and the working families of New York City by pursuing fare-free buses in the outer boroughs in particular, but in Manhattan as well. He also understands that the MTA is an imperfect entity. In fact, they kind of suck. And believe me, I deal with them all the time. And I watch some of the debates, and I watch them identify the contractor vendor swamp, the profit swamp, where profiteers come in. They get contracts because they're politically connected. And when profiteers are getting money, taxpayer money, that's dollars that don't go into service delivery and state of good repair investment, which the working people of New York City desperately need. So we wholeheartedly support and endorse Zoran's policy on public transit. His positions on public transit should be adopted by everybody in the race and the Democratic Party. Every dollar that's invested into public transit pays back 40, 50, 100-fold in economic activity in New York City and in urban America.
That's right.
So I'm here right now because Zoran, of all the mayoral candidates, recognizes this. He's effectuated this. He's pursued it in Albany. He's worked hand in hand with the trade union movement, particularly the TWU, to accomplish these things. And I'll tell you one other thing. Every mayoral candidate, I'm close to many of them, only Zoran reached out to the workers to say, I have policies on public transit. What does the union think? What do the workers think? And that I can appreciate. Every single mayoral candidate thinks they know something about public transit, and they don't know shite. But Zoran reached out, talked to the workers, talked to workers' leaders, and he's firm right now. He's firm in his understanding of what the working people and the working people in general, the riders of the system, and what New York City transit workers need to make this system better for working people. So for this, we credit Zoran. We look forward to him advancing these issues in the future, and we support him 100% on these issues related to public transit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Got a fire lineup tonight, man. And next, please welcome City Councilwoman Alexa Avila.
Buenas noches, New York! I'm Councilmember Alexa Aviles, and I am the proud representative of District 30 in South Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn in the house? I am so honored to be here tonight and to be part of a people-powered movement that is kicking a corrupt mayor out of City Hall. For New York's working class under our next mayor, Zoran Marconi. So y'all, I was elected the same year as Eric Adams. I've seen firsthand the pain. That's right. Boom. I've seen firsthand the pain and destruction his administration has brought to the working class families in my district. His repeated shameful rent hikes, his disastrous budget cuts to public education, to childcare, to libraries, Administration Committee, I have fought his sickening collusion with the Trump administration as he tries to unwind 40 years of sanctuary city laws and allow ICE to tear families apart from the streets of New York City. Has been a disaster, but it's no surprise, y'all, when his whole agenda was bought by big real estate and Wall Street billionaires. We bought City Hall so that the wealthiest New Yorkers could get more while the rest of us fight for crumbs. And 4 years later, we once find ourselves again facing a corrupt politician who's ready to do the bidding of billionaires. The same wealthy developers that bought Eric Adams have paid for Andrew Cuomo. It's not just the mayor that they're trying to buy. The real estate lobby is spending huge amounts to buy city council seats like mine. They want to unseat progressives who have been proud to demand a rent freeze, who have been proud to vote against Eric Adams' budget cuts. And New York's AIPAC is spending big against me too. Because I've stood up over and over to demand a ceasefire in Gaza. We want to end the genocide, and we want a free Palestine! So the billionaires want a rubber stamp mayor, they want a rubber stamp council, but there's no check big enough to stop me from fighting for the city's working class. So besides, we have in this room something more powerful than the billionaires' money, and that's people power. But people power doesn't come out of nowhere, y'all. It comes from people like you. When you leave this rally today, you join me in Sunset Park to knock doors for my re-election and to elect Zoran. Talking to our neighbors about working class champions. We need you to make my vision and Zoran's vision for an affordable New York a reality. So I stand before you tonight, so proud to be a part of the movement that's saying no to billionaire rule, that's saying no to rent hikes, that's saying no to ICE and mass deportation, that says no to ripping students away like Dylan Contreras and Mahmoud Khalil. We say no to doing the bidding of Donald Trump. New York deserves leaders who will fight for the working class. So join us in South Brooklyn and knock doors for me and Zoran. Together, we will send the billionaires packing, and we will win. Mi gente, siempre pa'lante. Thank you, New York.
Next, please welcome National President of the Alliance of South Asian American Labor and DC 37 Treasurer, Maf Misbah-Uddin! Yeah.
When I look at you, I feel proud, I feel glad, and of course I'm honored that I am speaking in front of you. Why I am speaking? I'm speaking on behalf of Johran Mamdani, M-A-M-D-A-N-I, the youngest mayoral candidate in our history. The younger, right now, not only in this nation, in the world, is supposed to rule. And you are ruling. You are right side of the history. Beginning today and on 24, results will show that you have won the most difficult race with easy and huge victory. Johran is the voice for the voiceless. He is for the least. He is for the lost. And he is for the lost. Where we all belong. Those who with experience has shown us, deprived us, created something animalistic to affect the younger generation. I am the treasurer of District Council 37. My union also endorsed Johran. We have 150,000 members, 86,000 retirees, 200,000 family members, and we vote. We are known as the union that runs the city. You have heard my brother, John Samuelson, when he was the president of his local, now he's international, I knew him. His local moves this city. So you have now already two, running the city, moving the city. The third part is you. You are shaking the city. Promise me, tonight and the next 10 days, you will be standing exactly the way you are today. On election day, 15 hours work is your duty without overtime. Knock one more door every day. Call one more person every day. Handshake one more person every day. Take one new voter to the fold. With you, we can win this election. I promise you, I knew Mario Cuomo, father of Henry Cuomo. He was my friend. It is not like father, like son. Experience did not help. In my union, when he was the governor, at the mid of the night of his stroke of his pen, he created Tier 6. A pension York City accountants, tax auditors, benefits examiner, statisticians, and others. Doing the same job, those who are coming younger generation like you last 15 years. I am the president last 25 years, so I have seen it all. What he has done, he has created division with his experience. Today, 70% of our members are in tier 6. So they are working, those who are in tier 4, in the same room, in the same office, sometimes on the same desk. But when they will retire after 20, 25 years of service, tier 6 will have 17% less in pension. We did not do that. Johran did not do that. The most experienced candidate did that. So the decision that we take, it is the most important decision in our lifetime. So, as I said, with your work, I'm so happy looking so young people. And also, please, one of our women are harassed. One of our women bringing down by a leader. We should all go after him. How can we vote for him? How a woman can vote for him? How a man can vote for him? And it is out of my conception. So we are the brother's keeper. We are the sister's keeper. The only way we can do by defeating the most experienced guy and bringing Johran as a winner. With his vision, with his mission, with his understanding of this city keeping affordable is the most important thing a mayor can do now. And we need now. No more delay. So let us do next following 9 days. We will work harder. I promise you, I will be with you. I have been doing this last 35 years. It will not hamper me to do more 9 days. Every day of the time, every moment of our vision and mission to fulfill through Johran. God bless Johran. God bless all of you. Enjoy, fight harder, win bigger. Together we can win. Together we can win.
Yeah. Make some noise for Matt, y'all. Yeah, and yo, like Alexa said, Cuomo's nervous. Cuomo's nervous. And I told y'all at the top of this joint that it started at like, yo, can he do this? Can Zoran do this? Yo, Cuomo got so much money, bro. Like, he got, and now we here. Right? I know you see those polls. I know you see them polls. You know what I'm saying? And part of the reason that has happened is because of the canvassers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The field program. The field program. Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Putting that work in. It's powered by New Yorkers like y'all, real people. You know what I'm saying? Not corporations, not PACs, nothing like that. Yesterday, we crossed over 1 million doors. More than 38,000 of y'all signed up. 438 field leads. Leading a weekly shift, and up next is one of them. The field leader and member of the DSA steering committee, Bernard Salo. Make some noise, turn up, let's go. We winning this whole thing, let's go. some noise.
Someone told me that these were good shoes for canvassing. I am so excited to be here on this stage tonight. My husband and I walked through the rain this morning to vote for Zoran. My name is Bev Solo. I'm a member of New York City Democratic Social of America. When I'm not working for DSA, I'm a semi-retired lactation consultant. City for 43 years, most of my life, and raised my family in Inwood in northern Manhattan. Why am I here tonight? I've lived through a lot of New York City mayors, going back to Ed Koch. But now, New York is on the cusp of changing our history forever. You can feel it in the air here for sure. That's why whenever I walk through the park in Inwood on my way to the A train, I leave about 10 minutes early because invariably I will stop to listen to birdsong, maybe see a hawk circling, and I'll meet a neighbor or two or three because I've lived in Inwood for decades. We chat, and they'll ask, how are you? And like many of us, I will say, I'm okay. Even though every day brings news that seems worse than the day before. But for the past few months, I've been able to tell them something else. You know, what gets me out of bed in the morning? Zoran's campaign for mayor. And my neighbors are ready to talk about how to win a city we can afford. Yeah! A city where my son, a special education teacher at a public high school, a public high school in Long Island City in Queens, my son, who took me to my first DSA meeting in 2016. I want my son to be able to continue to live and raise a family in New York, along with all the working class people we're fighting for. Yeah! But whether we're talking with our neighbors or total strangers, the conversations come easy. People love to hear how Zoran will freeze the rent on rent-stabilized apartments immediately.
Freeze the rent! 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 Freeze the rent!
As a lactation consultant who has worked for decades helping new parents make the stressful transition back to the workplace, I love to tell people they will no longer have to worry about how to pay for childcare. I also memorize the details from the policy on the Department of Community Safety because that information is so compelling. But this campaign is about more than great policies. A city we can win is about livability. It's about supporting families and stable communities where people don't have to move or leave the city because the rent's too high. Since the beginning of this campaign, I've started talking more than ever to people in my neighborhood about politics and my work in DSA. I've never been more proud of our movement, and I know we need to keep building it. I wouldn't be an organizer if I didn't make an ask or two. I joined DSA back in 2017 because my son asked me. I know another world is possible right now, and that's why I'm asking you all, will you join DSA too? Mayor Mamdani is going to need a big, strong coalition of organizers backing him up. It's hard to see you, but raise your hand if you've recently joined or will join DSA and have Mayor Mamdani's back. Amazing. We all love Zoran, but there are some people who do not. I've recently gotten a couple mailers comparing Andrew Cuomo to Zoran, and of course they are all full of lies. It'll get much worse over the next week. Why? Because they're scared. Because now they too believe we can win. That's why we need all of you out there over the next 10 days, setting the record straight and helping New Yorkers imagine a city where all of us can thrive. We have 10 days left and a future to win. Let's bring this home. So here's my last ask. Sign up for GOTV canvases. Volunteers are in the audience with QR codes ready to sign you up.
Yo, up next, make some noise and welcome the co-chairs of the New York Working Families Party, Ana Maria Archila and Jasmine Gripper.
Good evening. I'm Jasmine Gripper, co-director of the New York State Working Families Party. Buenas noches, mi gente. I'm Ana Maria Archila, co-director of the party with Jasmine. And we are so excited to be with all of you here today to elect Zoran Mamdani as the mayor of New York City. Listen, today we saw hundreds of thousands of people marching across the country in a show of solidarity and defiance to Trump, to his military parades, to his Medicaid cards, to his ICE agents that are kidnapping people. And to the billionaires behind all of it. Now we have an opportunity to elect a mayor who will meet this moment, who is ready to stand up to Trump and his billionaires, and ready to side with workers and tenants and immigrants and people who are protesting outside. And that person is Zoran Mamdani. The battle lines are clear. On one side, we have Andrew Cuomo and his billionaire donors. But on the other side, we have Zoran Mamdani, the WFP's #1 candidate, the WFP champion in this mayoral race. New Yorkers are tired of politicians who ask for our votes and then use their power to deliver for the ultra-rich and well-connected. The WFP is a grassroots political party, just like with everyday people, just like this campaign. Working moms, transit riders, tenants, and essential workers. These are the people who power our city, and these are the people this campaign is fighting for. We are all here tonight because we know Zoran is the leader for this moment. He is a leader that is fighting for us. Okay, but listen. We are in the home stretch. People started voting today in person. We have 10 days to make sure that we do not replace a corrupt, scandal-ridden politician with another. We have 10 days to elect a mayor who will freeze them, make buses fast and make childcare and groceries affordable for everyone. We have 10 days to send Cuomo back to Westchester and to show that we will not cower to the billionaires trying to drown out our voices. The beauty of this moment and this campaign is that we have something that money cannot buy. We have people. We have all of us. We have people who are ready to fight for one another, to meet this moment and to talk to voters and remind them that we do not have to settle for the crumbs that the billionaires throw our way. We together have the power to win. All right, all eyes are on New York City right now. This is the first big election since Trump won in November. What happens here in our city will impact the city, the state, and the nation. This is our opportunity to show that another way is possible. That a people-powered campaign can defeat the billionaires. And the way we do this, so as we wrap up the first day of early voting, we all need to turn it up a notch between now and Election Day. Rain or shine. I got what today? We need to talk to as many voters as possible. The way we defeat the billionaires is by doing everything we can to remind them that our power is in our vote. But we know winning this fight will not be easy. Every single vote will matter, but our victory is within the margin of our own efforts. It's up to you. It's up to all of us. It's up to all of us. So the task now is to knock on doors, to talk to voters at poll sites, and make sure that everyone knows they can rank up to 5 candidates for mayor. Rank Zoran Mamdani number 1. Zoran Mamdani number 1. That's right. And then rank Brad Lander number 2. And then rank the full Working Families Party slate. And most importantly, or just as importantly, don't break Cuomo! I believe
They not wrong. We're about to win. We're coming for this thing. Listen. Don't rank Cuomo. Because he's a bozo. Rank Zoran number 1. And then do with your ballot as you wish. You know what I'm saying? But don't put who on that mother. Who? No. Listen, like I said, we got a nice show for y'all tonight. A lot of people pulled up. This guy up next is a groundbreaker. You know what I'm saying? He's a one of a kind, first time dude. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the first state senator representing Northeast Queens, the first Asian American, one of the first two, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, ever elected state senator. He's the first Asian American ever elected to citywide office in New York City. So this is kind of a big deal. And this guy is kind of a big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the one, the only, John Lewis!
I've heard that introduction a lot of times. First Asian this, first Asian that, first 2 Asians elected to the state senate with Kevin Thomas. Honestly, it was like always a new thing to a lot of people, but for me, it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, I've been Asian my whole life. Zoran, I've said a lot about this young man. And he is a young man, and that's exactly what we need here in New York City and across America. He's got these ideas that some people deride as nuts or pie in the sky. These are the very ideas that we need for this time. This guy, I won't mention his name, but he's a multi-billionaire. You got free stuff. You got free tax breaks for the corporations. You got free rent for private schools. His successor, a friend of mine who started the city council, I'll give him a shout out, Bill de Blasio. He got free universal pre-kindergarten. People said that couldn't be done. It was done. And now our current mayor. He's gotten free summer school. But there's also the issue of the free airline upgrades. So free is not that weird a concept. And when it comes to free buses and free childcare and lower grocery bills and a rent freeze. Pie in the sky. This is the wealthiest city in the world. And we gotta be able to take care of our people, and we need a mayor who's gonna do that. And you know, Zoran, we have had a lot of discussions down here, over in my town of Flushing, Queens. Talking about important issues. Now, this is a guy with a lot of ideas. Now, And he just reminded me in the hallway, look, I gotta be honest. I cannot claim to be socialist. But Michael Bloomberg, as Rowan reminds me, he used to call me communist all the time. So let's not deal with labels. Let's talk about the ideas. Let's talk about the background. Zohran Mamdani. He immigrated to New York City, like I did. Grew up in the public schools here. He and I went to the same high school. Just a couple of years ahead of him. And he's seen firsthand, growing up in the streets of New York City, what people really need. Yeah. And what we can actually do if we put our mind to it. And you look at what's happening around the country. Every day I wake up, I really can't believe what I'm seeing in the news. And it's not even just in the morning. It's like every few hours. We don't need the same old guys doing this stuff. We need new blood. Incredible speakers down coming up, but I support him. I support Zohran Mamdani for his insight as a New Yorker, for his intellect. This guy is smart as hell. I support him for his integrity. Where's his money coming from? I've never seen anything like this. He doesn't owe anybody anything except to carry through on the ideas that you are supporting him with. And this guy has inspiration. He has inspiration for himself. He's inspired me. He's inspired so many people. I've seen a lot of mayoral rallies. Not never anything like this. And it's not just tonight. It's every time there is a Zohran Mamdani rally. So, we have 10 days to go until this election, this historic election. It's not about the history, though. It's about what we need in this city and beyond. And Zohran Mamdani is going to get us there. He has inspired this movement, but he's not doing it alone. He has got all of us pushing from behind to make sure we get this victory on June 24th. And that's it. If I had a mic, I would drop it. I don't have a mic. I just have one PS, because he said so. Brad Landon, number 2.
Make some noise, y'all. Up next, please welcome Assembly Member Claire Valdez.
To endorse Zohran Mamdani. We were proud to endorse because Zohran has stood with our workers time and time again. He's walked picket lines with Mobilization for Justice,
Yes.
Alamo Draft House, with the Strand, with NYU, when Columbia University fired Grant Minor, the president of UAW in 2017. He had his back, and he's been calling for the release of our member, Mahmoud Khalil. Zoran knows that when a fascist comes for our immigrant neighbors, our students, our workers, that they're coming for all of us. And he knows that to fight back against a fascist administration is going to take all of us in that fight. And that is what solidarity is. It is our power, and it is what it is going to take to win this election. And here's the rub, my friends. Billionaires know that. They know that. Steve Cohen and Michael Bloomberg and Whitney Tilson. Into this race right now to sow division, lies, and racism, to tear working people apart and against each other. My union siblings know that this is Boss 101. And these billionaires are the bosses that we need to take down on June 24th. City is not for sale. So I have a question for you. Do you believe a better world is possible? Are you ready to fight like hell to win it? You have just signed up to canvass. Oops, gotcha. Yo, we have 10 days left. That's it. Every single thing we do from now until June 24th at 9 o'clock is going to help us win this race. There ain't nothing to do at 9:01 on June 24th. We have to leave it on the field. So if you haven't canvassed yet, it's okay. We have some time. If you haven't signed up to do poll site visibility, don't worry about it. We got you. If you haven't asked your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your frenemies, your exes, your roommates to get out there too, we got some time. Look at this script. My friend, my colleague, Zoran Mamdani is here to win a New York. That is affordable, that is equitable, and that lets New Yorkers live here with dignity that we all deserve. We have 10 days left, y'all. So, I will see you on the doors. I will see you on the streets. I will see you 100 feet away from a poll site. Solidarity forever. Let's win this.
Yeah. Yo, make some noise for Claire, y'all. Make some noise for Claire. Listen, I told y'all in the middle of the show, not at the top of the show, we got some big names in here tonight. I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Up next,
we got somebody who is very similar to Zoran in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? She walked, so Zoran can run. You might have seen her walking down the stairs in Parkchester 6 train with your boy and some Timbs. You know what I mean? Getting love on the street from the people of New York City. This woman is a legend. In the Bronx and in New York City. And in America. She's a beacon of what progressive politics can look like. And how it really could work. She shocked the political ecosystem, bro. Just like we about to do. She did it 10 years ago. You about to do it in 10 days. Who do you think I'm talking about? Who do you think I'm talking about? Who? Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
One of you who have already shocked the political class in terms of what is possible in this city, and we will elect Zoran on June 24th. I've been reflecting a lot on how we've gotten here. And over a year ago, I sat down with Zoran in a restaurant in Astoria. He talked about, this is when we first talked about him running for mayor. What'd you say? We love him. We love him. And you know, it all started in a similar way that my race had started, which is, we don't know if this is going to be possible, right? We don't have the money. We don't have an entire political establishment behind us, but we know that running is the right thing to do. Because we know that we could not allow Andrew Cuomo to just cakewalk into Gracie Mansion. Leading up to this political moment. Because going here into this moment, when I think about our current leadership, this race is not just symbolic about the future of New York City, but this race is symbolic about the future of our country. For so long, we have had political leadership, including in the Democratic Party, that has just wanted to play it safe. That has just wanted to be neutral. Where so many people are motivated by their own individual political careers. And I cannot tell you how shocked I have been to see so many of the individuals who called on Andrew Cuomo to resign in disgrace after so many details of harassment against women. The same people who called on him to resign to stand behind him and endorse him for mayor of New York. to have a politics of integrity, not a politics of cowardice anymore. We have to stand up for what is right in this country. And when I say that this is not just about New York City, but that this is about the United States, I mean that literally. Because Andrew Cuomo has made clear that if he wins this race, he wants to run for president of the United States. And in a world and a nation that is crying to end the gerontocracy of our leadership, that wants a new day, that wants to see a new generation ascend, it is unconscionable to send Andrew Cuomo to Gracie Mansion once again. New York City, we need a new day. We deserve a chance. We deserve a New York City that centers working people. Recognize the neighborhoods that we grew up in. We can't even afford to live in the places that we were born anymore. Right. We can't even find a job that will pay us enough to just continue living as we are. This is about our future. And for so many of us, it feels existential because it is. For the rich and the global elite. New York City is a union town. New York City is a town of the working class. New York City is a creative hub because artists can afford to live here too. And I will tell you, New York City, if we can change the page in the biggest and best city in the United States of America, we can change the page in our country too. But it takes courage, New York, because we are up against the Goliaths. We are up against the Goliaths. DoorDash, as we know, has dumped millions of dollars in this race. I want to tell you why people and institutions like Uber Eats and DoorDash are dumping in millions of dollars for, of all people, Andrew Cuomo. It's because we came together as a movement and demanded higher minimum wages for our delivery drivers and people. We got protections for los deliveristas that come across our city and come across our bike lanes. And when Eric Adams wants to criminalize them so that they can go to ICE, we say no more. Companies like DoorDash and Uber Eats are piling in money to punish us for demanding a minimum and living wage for the workers that make their business possible. And the reason they're supporting Andrew Cuomo is because they think they'll be able to roll them back. And we will not let them do that. Landlords in this city and institutions like Redmi, the real estate lobby, they are putting in millions of dollars into this race because they know that a rent freeze was once done and it will be done again. During the entire tenure of Bill de Blasio's mayoral governorship, or governance, I should say, more mayoralty, he froze the rents on rent-stabilized apartments. He did that. And when he left, those rents started to go up again. They, in fact, these lobbies are piling pouring in all of this money against Zohran and for Andrew Cuomo, not because they think his ideas are pie in the sky and impossible, but because they are possible, they have once been done, and they will be done again. You know, I've spent the last several months touring the country, talking about what it means to fight for all of our people. But at the end of the day, all of these concepts are just ideas in the clouds if we do not bring them home. And that is why it is so important that we elect Zohran Mamdani for mayor, vote for him, and rank him #1. And on top of it all, it's also why it is critical that we fill out our entire ballot on election day. It does not help the election of Zohran if you just fill out a #1 rank and not the rest of your ballot. We have to fill out the entire ballot and do not rank Andrew Cuomo anymore. Not ranking Andrew Cuomo is the right thing to do in solidarity with survivors of sexual harassment. It is the right thing to do to turn the page on a future of a Democratic Party that does not continue to repeat the mistakes that have landed us here. We will never get past Donald Trump if we continue to elect the same people and make the same decisions that got us here in the first place. And I will tell you, there are people out there that say if you go out and if you make this endorsement and if you do this, your political career will be over. And to that I say, I don't care. We will never get to a better place if everyone's just worried about themselves. If it's over, so be it. We have the decisions before us today. Rank everyone on your ballot. Just yet in the last day or two, Zohran announced that he and Brad Lander are coming together. In a historic and first time that we've seen of this. It is so important. This is what coalition politics is all about. We don't have to be in complete agreement. We don't have to come from the same places. We don't have to police complete conformity with one another's ideas. We must come together to win. Zohran is asking you, if you rank him #1, please rank Brad Lander #2. And on the rest of that note, what I also find so shocking and surprising about all of this, in terms of the decisions of our political establishment, is that they actually had a broad field of talented candidates from so many different ideas. People that I also support. Senator Myrie is awesome. State Senator Myrie is incredible. Scott Stringer, you ever have a conversation with that guy? He's so funny. I love Scott. You know, we have so many incredible candidates, and yet, looking at all of them, they still decided to throw all of their weight behind Andrew Cuomo. I want to be clear about the message that sends. Free Palestine! When they do that, Free Palestine! Free Palestine! About what that message sends when they continue to do that. The message that they send and what the political establishment sends to so many people is that it does not matter your positions, your content, your ideas, how how experienced you are. It doesn't matter how much you work with them. They will still choose their old friends and an old generation every single time. In New York City, this city will not change until we change it. Our future will not be different until we make a different choice. And those are the stakes before us today. Early voting starts today, June 14th, and it runs until Sunday, June 22nd. Election day is Tuesday, June 24th. Zohran has built a campaign with a broad coalition of working New Yorkers. He has fundraised for other candidates, and nearly 40,000 volunteers have knocked on more than 1 million doors. Is more than just about which candidate you support. It's about whether our elections can be sold to the highest bidder. Right. They have money, but we've got people. Yeah. And we have just 10 days left to knock on doors and to phone bank from anywhere in the country. This election is in our hands, New York. And with that, I want to introduce to you the next mayor.
Thank you. Good evening! New York City, how we feeling? Are we ready to win on June 24th? Thank you to our MC, the Kid Mero. Thank you to the elected officials, labor, and movement leaders who joined us tonight. And thank you to my friend, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She has shown us time and again that we can fight and that we can win. She is a model for this country in how to lead with integrity. And what an honor it is to have her endorsement. And what an honor it is to look out onto this crowd and to see the city I love. There are over 3,000 New Yorkers here this evening. And thousands more watching from home. New Yorkers who believe that living here shouldn't be a daily grind of anxiety. New Yorkers who are ready to turn the page on years of corruption and incompetence. To reject the politics of distraction and fear, of big money and small vision, of cowardice and collaboration in the face of Trump's authoritarianism. New Yorkers who are ready for a new generation of leadership that puts working people first. My brothers and sisters, you are the beating heart of this campaign. You have climbed 6 floor walk-ups and braved the pouring rain to canvass our city. You have shared our message with the very New Yorkers you've lived alongside for years, but never had the chance to meet. And make no mistake, this campaign is reaching every corner of this city. I see the work each of you do
when New Yorkers wave excitedly from bus windows and shout, "Freeze the rent" from moving cars. I see it when volunteers who have never participated in politics before dedicate their every Sunday night to spreading our message. And I see it when thousands of New Yorkers post proud screenshots of their first ever ballots. And I feel it when the uncles and aunties who felt long abandoned by a broken status quo pull me aside to tell me that finally they're excited to believe again. We stand on the verge of a victory that will resonate across the country and the world. Make no mistake, this victory will be historic not just because of who I am, a Muslim immigrant and a proud democratic. For everyone. I think of a woman I met on the BX33 in the Bronx a few years ago. As I sat next to her, she told me, "I used to love New York, but now it's just where I live." We're going to make this city one where working people can love it once again. That is who I am thinking about tonight. The New Yorkers who make this city run. Because after this rally, as many of us sleep, millions of our neighbors will step out onto moonlit streets across our city. Nurses working the night shift will put on their scrubs and save lives. City workers will clean subway stations and pick up our trash. As the midnight shift scrubs and polishes in the dark. Many of these New Yorkers are immigrants who traveled to this city from faraway countries with nothing in their pockets except a dream of a better life. And even more, New Yorkers will spend the entire night tirelessly working and return home carrying the burden that it still isn't enough. The sun rises, the bills continue to climb, and the stress never seems to fade. If New York truly is the city that never sleeps, we deserve a mayor who fights for those of us who labor at every single hour of the day. When we launched this campaign on a cold October evening, few thought we could win. Only a couple more could even pronounce my name. Andrew Cuomo still can. The so-called experts said we would be lucky to break 5%. But I always knew that we would build a campaign just like this. So when a disgraced former governor questions whether or not we can lead this city, I look at our campaign and I know the answer. Over 1 million doors knocked, more than 40,000 volunteers. politicians had written off, now on the precipice of toppling a political dynasty. And because of that, we will win a city that we can afford. But what does winning look like? It looks like a rent-stabilized retiree who wakes up on the 1st of every month knowing the amount they're going to pay hasn't soared since the month before. Together, New York, we're going to freeze the rent! It looks like a single mom who can drop her kids off at school and know she won't be late to work because her bus will arrive on time and cost nothing at all. Because childcare doesn't cost more than college. In fact, it's free. Together, New York, we're going to deliver universal childcare. And it looks like safety for everyone. Whether you're on the street, riding the subway, or a house of worship, with our Department of Community Safety. Mental health services that we know work, and will tackle the rise in hate crimes that fill too many Jewish and Muslim New Yorkers with fear. We will stand up for small businesses and take on bad landlords and greedy corporations. Our public schools are excellent. Because our kids deserve better than crowded classrooms and neglected facilities. We will do all of this from a city hall that is accountable and transparent to the New Yorkers it proudly serves. And I will be a mayor who doesn't bow down to corporate interests, doesn't take his orders from billionaires, and sure as hell doesn't let ICE steal our neighbors. There are no kings in America. Whether that's Donald Trump, Andrew Cuomo, or the Republican billionaires who fund both of their campaigns. For too long, New Yorkers have learned not to expect much from those they elect. Failure has become familiar. Make no mistake, our democracy isn't just under attack from the outside. It's been eroded from within as well. When politicians give you crumbs time and time again and tell you to feel satisfied, it should come as no surprise that many among us have lost faith. But this campaign has given hope again through our vision that every person deserves a good and dignified life. And that government must deliver an agenda of abundance that puts the interests of the 99% over the 1%. Republican billionaires are spending millions of dollars to stop you, to stop us. They know that this election isn't just about the future of our city. It's about the future of our democracy. Whether billionaires and massive corporations can simply buy our elections. Trust me, they will try. Over the next 10 days, you will not be able to turn on your TV, check your mail, or watch a video on YouTube without seeing an attack on our movement. There will be lies to stoke fear and suspicion, even hate. And behind those lies are the same billionaires who put Donald Trump back in the White House. But we know that this movement is more powerful than their money. That's what New Yorkers have already begun to say today at polling places across this city. And 10 days from now, on June 24th, we will speak in one voice. And to everyone who pulls me aside to whisper with the best intentions, you have already won. I am sorry, but the days of moral victories are over. And as my father told me years ago, when the right wins power, the left writes a great book. Those days are over too. Because this is a campaign that is going to win on June 24th. And it's thanks to each and every one of you. On election night, after the polls have closed and the results have come in, we will go home. And as we close our eyes, the days of countless others will only be beginning. Doors in Jackson Heights and Parkchester and Bay Ridge and Soundview will open at midnight. New Yorkers will leave their homes and commute under streetlights to work, where they'll drive buses and mop floors and bake bread. For some, this will feel like any other night. But for so many more, thanks to all of you, it will feel like the dawn of a new day. And when the sun finally climbs above the horizon, that light will seem brighter than ever before. Because we, my friends, are going to win the city we deserve. And it's going to be one we can afford. One where we can dream again. And for that, I must say, thank you.
Yeah. Make some noise for the next mayor of New York City. Yo, come on now. New York! New York! Let's go! Listen, man. This man just made me cry backstage, y'all. This lady just made me cry backstage, y'all. We did this 10 years ago. We're doing it right now. You understand? This man is going to be the mayor of New York City in June. Let's go. Let's go. If you watch it on YouTube right now, this man is going to be the next mayor of New York City. You heard it here first. Listen. I just want to say thank you to all of y'all. To all of y'all up top, up there, all the way up top, all the way up top, all the way up top. This is a night that y'all are gonna look back on and say, yo, I was there. I was there when New York City
choice ballad. Who's number one? Who's number one? That's right. Do the rest of the ballad as you please. Brad Lander, etc. Zyron, you know what I'm saying? All of them. But number one, Zohan. New York City, let's bring this thing home. Like he said, like Kobe Bryant said, job's not finished. Job ain't finished. We ain't happy yet because the job ain't finished, y'all. Let's finish this shit. Let's go.